Welcome everyone. This is my new channel. It's gonna be focused on fragrances because I really enjoy, you know, getting into fragrances and wearing them and seeing people's reactions and all that stuff. And I've been probably collecting since 2015. I really I really started broadening my collection in 2016, and now I have over 60 bottles, and I'm starting to get into more expensive stuff. Not that I wasn't into expensive stuff back then, but I had a lot of designer stuff. My fragrance journey has started when I was in high school. You know, we all had Cool Water. Brute was, I remember putting on Brute and Old Spice and all that stuff. And I always kind of enjoyed smelling good and, you know, walking around school and stuff and not having the same cologne on because no one in school was wearing it back then. I went to high school and grammar school in like the mid 90s. And it was pretty cool. I think the first cologne I actually bought was Cool Water and Fahrenheit. Fahrenheit was a big one in my school. A lot of guys were wearing Fahrenheit. And then you know, as I transitioned through high school, I got into Curve, and I remember right out of high school, I discovered Versace Blue Jeans. Believe it or not, was was one of my first ones that I wore, and it was like kind of like my signature scent. Like we would go around, and I met my wife actually in college, and that's what I was wearing, and it kind of holds a special place in my heart because I just smelled like that all the time. That's what I smelled like. Versace Blue Jeans. It was that. It was Curve and Issey Miyake. Issey Miyake, every time I smell that, it brings me back to, you know, that time. And same thing with Blue Jeans. I actually went to Marshall's probably about 2 years ago, and I totally forgot about it. Not that I forgot about it. It's just, you know, it's not something I would wear now. And let me get this straight. It's a great scent. It was back then. And, you know, it was just what I could afford at the time. I forgot where I got it. I think I got it as a gift. You know, people were wearing Cool Water, Fahrenheit, CK1, Tommy from Tommy Hilfiger. That stuff was good. And that was like the top five. Like that's what everyone wore back when I was in high school and college. And I got Curve, and then I got the Issey Miyake, and the Issey Miyake and the Blue Jeans were a huge difference maker because no one else smelled like that. So I met my wife, and then now when she smells it, she's like, oh, God, this reminds me of college and when I first met you, because that's all I wore. So up until that point, you know, I just in the 2000s and stuff, I was just, you know, I had Gucci, I had a bunch of other stuff, and I was never like, I always thought, oh, I have a bottle of cologne, I'm good. That's the way I thought. So I had one, maybe two bottles, and I thought, you know, when this one runs out, I'm gonna go and get another one. So believe it or not, I was in CVS in like 2014, and I seen a bottle of Chrome Azzaro by Chrome, and I picked that up. I wore the shit out of that for a long time, and then like CVS had this thing where you buy one get one. So I went in there and I bought a bottle of Polo Black, I believe, and then the one I got for free was Gucci. I forgot which Gucci is because I hated it. I don't know why I got it. I just blind picked it. I didn't even smell it. You couldn't smell anything there. There was no testers or anything like that. And I didn't like the way it smelled. I didn't like, you know, Polo Black was good. But, you know, I was like, there has to be something out there that, you know, people are wearing that, you know, that would smell good and make me stand out, and from these like CVS, like generic, not generic, but dude, everyone goes into CVS around by me in Jersey, and they pick out their colognes and they go home and they diminish the bottle and they go out and pick out another one or get the same one, and that's it. I wanted more. I wanted to experience more scents, and I wanted to impress more people. And when I say impress more people, not that I want to, I'm longing for people's affection. I just wanted to, go out in the world and have people, experience different smells and whatnot. And I like when they acknowledge me for what I'm wearing. So I started picking up more and more scents, and I started doing more research and what notes I like. Did I like green notes? Did I like fresh? Did I like oud? Did I like, spicier fragrances? So I joined Scentbird, I think, and I got like Versace Eros, Gucci Guilty, I believe, and Spice Bomb. And I remember taking out Eros and spraying it on my skin, and I was like, oh my God. I was like, this is excellent. I was like, I never smelt anything like this. Like, I know Lamal's been out, and I just didn't have access to it. I just never, thought I could do that. So, Eros was awesome. Gucci Guilty was good. And then I put on Spice Bomb, and I was like, the next day I put on Spice Bomb, and I was like, oh my God. I was like, this is truly something different. Like, this is truly something I've never experienced. So then it really got my motor going for scents and stuff like that. So now I wanted to see if this is stuff that's on a website. Nothing against Scentbird, but they can't have any really niche fragrances or anything, because it wouldn't be cost effective. So I decided to go and do a little bit more research into my fragrances, and then I started getting into the Creed houses and Val de Freak by Rado, and I wore them out to a show one day. I wore a Creed, I believe, Aventus, and the people I were with were like, "What are you wearing?" And I said, "Oh, it's this house called Creed. It's Aventus," and they were like, "That is the best smell I've ever smelled on a human being." Like, and I don't know if I'm in a bubble, but in Jersey and stuff, like, people always talk about, Aventus, you smell like everyone else, and whatnot, and that's not true. There's no one that smells like that around here. Well, at least in my circles that I run. The bars around here, everyone's wearing the same shit. It's really there's maybe New York and stuff, Lamal, Pago Rabanne 1 million, they're wearing that kind of stuff. Not around here. They're wearing the basic shit, and that's it. So when I wore this, the girl was like, I need to know where you get that. I need to get that for my husband. So I told her, I said, it's expensive. I bought a small bottle of it, a split, because I wasn't sure. I was blind buying a lot of stuff, and I wanted to make sure I liked it. So she's like, send me the link. So I sent it to her. She's like, wow, this is expensive. I was like, don't worry, I'll send you a split of it so you can, see if you like it, see if it works on the skin and stuff like that. And she loved it. And from then on, like, from when I wore Aventus, or I wore, this gem right here, which is fantastic. Extreme. This thing is fantastic scent. I wore that, got compliments. I was driving in a car with my sister-in-law, and she was like, what are you wearing? And that was what I was wearing. And she was like, I have to buy that. Then, Green Irish Tweed, of course, been around since '85. Sauvage, Blue de Chanel, I started getting, the CH Privé, CH Men, Dior Intense, all those kind of colognes. I just started like gathering and wearing and seeing which one I liked, see which one I just couldn't wear all day because sometimes I got a like funny nose and some colognes actually bother me, and some colognes I can't wear all day and I can't stand smelling. Then I started buying like lots on eBay, and that's a good way to start a collection if you want to get into this fragrance game and you want to put it in your toolkit. And when you hear me say toolkit, it's your collection of colognes. That's what I say. It's a toolkit. Like you pick out your tool every day, you go and you use it out in the world, and then you come back and you pick out a different one the next day. It's a good way to start the cologne process. You get half bottles or whatever. Someone wants to downsize. You get 1 million bottles for pretty cheap, and you can sit there and go through them, see what you like, see if you had any home runs. Usually what I did was I seen like 4 or 5 that I knew I didn't have, and 2 maybe I had, and it was cheaper than buying the 4, so I just I had backups and stuff. So I did that. I got a few bottles like that, and then I started the ones I really liked, that home runs, I bought big bottles of. I think this is the 5.5 ounce, I believe. Can't really say, but yeah, I think it's the 5.5 or 5 ounce, whatever, because I love it, and Aventus I absolutely love, but it's expensive, right? So I never owned a full bottle of Aventus until now. I decided that I was going to buy a bottle of Aventus, but paying $400 for a bottle of cologne and justifying that is a lot. You have to really love it, and you have to then use it. And I didn't want to limit myself on how much I could use and how much I can I didn't want to say, oh, I'm not going to use that because I'm getting low or stuff like that. But I don't like I said, I don't want to limit myself. So but I do want to wear it. I want to wear it a lot. And when I like a cologne, especially something as versatile as Aventus, and listen, I'm not a fanboy. I enjoy a lot of colognes. I have a lot of Bond No. 9s. I have some Dior fragrances that I love, Chanel fragrances. I have a lot of the Allure collection. I have the limited one. I have the regular one, and I have this one. Acqua di Gio, Profumo, the regular one, the Perry Ellis one, the red cap. I get more compliments with Perry Ellis than I do with regular Acqua di Gio. But the Profumo is excellent. I love the incense. The incense is like, I don't know, I wore it the other day. I had a concert to go to, like a school concert. And as soon as I walked in, as soon as I talked to the first person I was meeting, you smell great. The first words out of his mouth. Didn't say a word. And that's what it is. I mean, these scents speak for you before you even, it makes your first initial impression is your scent. And that is it. And if you come off smelling good, and, it just smooths out the conversation from there. So getting back to Aventus, right? I decided that I was going to buy this. And I did. And I unboxed it today. It's on my YouTube channel. And here it is. It's enormous. All right, it's 1,000 milliliters of Aventus. I don't know if you can see that. I don't know if I can. There you go. Okay, batch 18F11. So like I said, I can't justify spending $400, so I spent over $1,000. But I'm planning on splitting it. Getting some money back and keeping, 3 or 4 bottles for myself. Oh, and a couple of my friends want some too. But, paying $130 or $160 a bottle for Aventus, or $180 a bottle makes sense to me. It's not the $400 one. So you're paying $400 for 100 ml. Now I got this. Now I can split it up. I can sell most of it. And I can do it. So, I mean, that's another way. I mean, I wouldn't suggest doing that right off the bat when you get into this game. But once you're down the road and you want to start not monetizing, but you want to make your collection broad, and you want the sense that you want, and you kind of don't want to spend a ton of money, start doing splits. I mean, there's plenty of people that want, just buy, splits, 50 ml, 100 ml. They don't want to buy the whole thing. You got it for them. You get to keep the nice flat cone. It's a good way to keep the game going. And so that's what I did. Check out another video on my of me unboxing this. I kind of narrate through it because I'm just breathing heavy, and it's just awful. The camera's shaking all around. It's one of my first ones. So yeah, I did it. I bought it. I'm gonna do reviews on all my scents because I feel that, I'm gonna be a reviewer. Let me put it this way: I'm gonna be a reviewer that explains it in layman's terms how I like a scent, not through the notes and terminology that no one understands or gives a fuck about. I'm a regular dude, and I'm gonna explain if I like it, if I hate it. I don't give a shit. All right, I have plenty of colognes upstairs that I don't like and I won't wear, but I'm gonna review it, and I'm gonna tell you what I think, and hopefully you get something out of it. And there's a lot of hype shit on this, on these channels and stuff. Whether or not they're getting paid to promote stuff, I feel like I got trapped a few times from people doing their top 10 lists of their best colognes, and they don't even fucking like them. They just do that to get you to buy it, and I don't know if they're getting kickbacks or what, and I really don't care. But I felt trapped. I fell in a couple traps doing it like that. So hopefully you're gonna see more of me doing reviews and stuff like that. And then we're gonna, I'm gonna have more video editing and stuff like that. I'm still kind of learning this shit. But it's gonna be regular stuff, and fragrances and cooking, believe it or not, is what I'm into. So you might see a few cooking videos as well. Barbecue. I'm actually into competition barbecue, but we'll go into that another day. So you're gonna see a lot of reviews. They're gonna be honest. It's not gonna be any of this bullshit. Fucking top 10, and you see CH Men's Sport, which is probably the worst cologne I've ever smelled in my life. And I seen it on a fucking video one day, and I was like, this guy's fucking selling some shit. Like Carolina Herrera is fucking giving him money for any bottle sold or some shit, because no one will goddamn buy that thing. I think I found it at Marshall's for like fucking $7.30. And then I went up to the register and it was like 30% off. So I got it for like $4. So, and another thing is those discount shops like Marshall's and stuff, they're a great place to start your collection as well. Don't go crazy. Do research. Go with tried and true stuff. Look at many videos, all right? Many videos, and see what everyone's like looking at. You may live in an area, and a lot of people do, where you can't just walk into a fucking store and smell this shit. You can't. You gotta go, and you gotta blind buy a lot. That's what I did, and that's what you're gonna do once you start getting into this. So don't pretend like you're not gonna have to do that. You're gonna. Just do your research and make sure that you're finding the tried and true Virgin Sauvage, Aventus. Don't take any gambles right off the bat. Know what you like, know what your nose likes, know what your body likes, know what you project well, and you'll be fine. Get your toolkit, and don't have unnecessary tools in there, because there's no reason to. All right? If you're a fucking carpenter, don't have a snake for your toilet. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make any sense. If you're a mechanic, don't have roofing tile in your truck. So be true to yourself. Do your research, and don't buy shit just because someone's telling you that it's the best scent ever, and then 5 seconds later he's saying it's the best shit ever again, and it's a new bottle and a new something else. So don't believe all the fucking hype. There's a couple of reviewers that actually know what they're doing. But another part, a lot of reviewers, they get into this, so they're not everyday kind of guys. They're into this fragrance thing a lot. Like, they are buying niche fragrances, reviewing niche fragrances that, frankly, you're never gonna fucking buy. You're never gonna buy them. I mean, there's some shit out there on these videos that I look and these guys are fucking out there, dude. Like, this scent is good. $450 a bottle. Yeah, I'd buy a bottle of this. Well, of course, because you fucking bought it or you got it sent to you. You know, you ain't gonna go take a fucking risk on a $450 bottle of cologne because someone said it smells good. You know, so you got to do your research, all right? So hopefully you'll see a lot more videos as kind of introduction to my channel. And I hope you guys enjoy it. I'm going to be true. Don't expect any kind of, fake reviews or anything like that, because that's not what I'm at. All the bottles I review is what I own, and that's it. All right. Peace. Deuces.